Guys, it's me, Daryl. If you've been rocking with me for a while, welcome back and thank you. If you're checking me out for the very first time, my name is Daryl Sweeney, and I am a coach who works with high performers on all things business, life, and leadership. Today, I want to talk about support. Now, last week, I talked to you guys and I told you I was going to begin unpacking this England immersion experience. Many of you know I spent 7 days overseas with a group of men digging into all of our stuff, right? All the stuff in our lives, all the stuff in our relationships, in our work, in our minds, just all of it. And I came away with what is shaping up to be a pretty life-changing, kind of direction-altering experience. And I want to share it with you. I want to share the insights. I want to share what I saw, what I experienced, what I learned. And I'm going to be doing that over the next few weeks, months. Honestly, I'll probably be doing it for the rest of my life. And when I was thinking about where to start, what is the first thing I want to share? What is the big insight? What do I want to start with? I thought, what better place than to talk about how I got there in the first place? So I'm entitling this video, Who's Got Your Back? You see, if we went back a year or 2 years and you had told me that I would be taking a 10-hour plane ride, that I would have been investing thousands of dollars on this trip and on this experience, that I would hire Ankush, a coach I'm going to be working with over the next year, and I'm spending tens of thousands of dollars to do it, you all know I'm transparent with my investments. So I'm not afraid to share my numbers and my experiences with you. If you had told me a year or two ago that I was doing that, I would have told you were crazy. Not because I'm not the kind of guy that makes those investments, but because I was the kind of guy who wouldn't have even considered bringing something like that to his wife. You see, Meredith's incredible. We're going on 10 years of marriage. I am super stoked to be celebrating 10 years soon. Speaking of celebrating, you may have noticed I'm wearing a shirt and tie. This is not how I dress, and especially not in these videos. As I was thinking about today's video, it dawned on me that this is Meredith's birthday week. We've already been celebrating her for the last few days. We're going to be celebrating her for the next few days. We're going to throw down and have a lot of fun this weekend. So I thought, why can't this video be an extension of that celebration? And she's a main character in this because this woman, no matter what has gone on, has told me she's got my back, has told me she supported me. This journey of being a coach, she was one of the first people that ever told me that she not only believed that I could do it, but believed that I could build an incredible business around it. And I didn't believe her. It's not that I didn't believe that I could build a great business, that I could powerfully support people. See, I knew all that was true. I just didn't believe she supported me. I didn't believe she had my back the way that she actually did. No matter how much she told me, no matter how many ways she showed me, I kept thinking to myself, yeah, but. And so the idea of me spending the kind of money and making the kind of investments that I've made over the last few months, I would have never brought it to her. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was a little scared when I told her that I wanted to hire this coach and I wanted to go on this trip because of what it would cost our family financially. And guys, she shocked me. I knew I wanted this. And so I brought it to her. And she asked me some questions. She asked me, why do you want to hire this guy again? And why is it so important that you go to England multiple times in 2022? And see, it wasn't long ago that I would have taken those questions as a dig. I would have taken them to mean something about me. Like, she's questioning me. She's questioning my abilities. She's questioning my worthiness. Because these are the kinds of ways I've always heard money messages in our family. And one of the things that I realized is so much of this that we hear, it's not about them or the way they're saying it or the way they're delivering it. It's about what's going on in our own minds. And so I've never been in a position to truly recognize the kind of support that has always been there for me. But this time I heard it differently. And so I answered her questions. I told her why this was the right time to invest in a powerful coach, why this was the right time to go over to England, to take some of these opportunities. And we had a conversation around it. And at the end of that conversation, she said, do it. I fully support you. I believe in you. I know you've got this, and I know you're working on building something incredible. As she was saying those words, keep in mind, 10 years into marriage, as she was saying those words, they landed. I received them. And I knew in that moment that I had a wife who powerfully had my back, who wanted to support me and my dream and the impact I wanted to make in the world. And ever since then, she has walked step in step, sometimes lifting me up, sometimes pushing me forward, sometimes challenging me to do things bigger than I'm even thinking about. And it's been huge for me. So who is that for you? Who is your support system? Who is the person or the people that you can be honest and open with. See, Meredith's great, and I believe in that support in a way that I didn't believe in it not that long ago. Not because of her, but because of me. But now I know I have it, and I can never forget it. I can't unsee it. But it's not just her. This immersion experience, I met a group of 14 men who have showed up in my life that went from strangers to friends to brothers seemingly overnight. And it's not fake, it's authentic. I've had guys checking in on me. I've had guys calling me. I've had guys sending me messages. I've had guys asking me questions and challenging me. They're sharing their heavy stuff. I'm sharing my heavy stuff. And we're meeting people in a place, we're meeting each other in a place where we can support each other. And there are burdens that not that long ago I felt like I was carrying on my own, that now I have people to carry it with. I can share it with, and they can help me see what's there, help me figure out a path forward. I'm telling you about these guys because they will be an important part of this story. And I want to remind you that when we think about who's got our back, when we think about support, we often think that we have to think about our childhood friends or people we've worked with or people who have been around for 5, 10, 20 years, and that's not the case. I've seen it with this group of men who 6 months ago I didn't know. So that support that you don't think you have, that loneliness that you may be experiencing, may be closer to being solved than you think it is. Not that long ago, I got a message from the one guy on the trip that I knew before we went. And him and I talk, he's another coach, and he sent me an email this week. And in that email, it was literally recapping a conversation we had months ago, months before I hired Ankush. And him and I had a conversation about me hiring this coach, me investing this kind of money and this kind of time in coaching. And he reminded me in this message of the goals that I said I had, what I wanted to get out of the experience, and the things that I wanted to achieve in my work with the new coach. That's support. And he's reconnecting me to something that he didn't know if I lost it or if I'd forgotten it, but he's reminding me and reconnecting with me. He's got my back. Right? I now have a powerful coach on the ride. I talk to Ankush every single week. And we talk about everything in business. We talk about everything in life. He is literally pushing me forward. Coaching, finding a great coach. For some of you guys, that's me. Right? So I know I have clients that watch this. Hopefully I have future clients that are watching this. And for some of you, it will never be me. But there's a ton of amazing coaches here in Louisville, where you are, all over the world, a ton of amazing coaches out there. Having a coach in your corner that you can be real with and be authentic with, that you can tell it how it is, tell them what you're scared of, what you're concerned by, what you're frustrated by, what you're excited about, what you're celebrating, and who is on that journey with you, that's a gift. My challenge for you this week is to slow down and think about who's got your back, who's in your corner. And let them know how much you appreciate it. Better yet, let them know all the ways you haven't been taking advantage of it. Because I'm willing to bet that there are people in your life who have your back and want to see the best for you, and you're not utilizing that relationship to the full potential. You're not showing up to that relationship in a way that can lift you both up, that can catapult you both forward. What kind of support do you already have in place that you're not taking advantage of? My challenge is to recognize it and flip the script, change it up. And if you're in a place where you find yourself without that support, right, support looks different. I can't tell my wife everything that goes on. I don't share everything with her, right? And I don't tell the guys at the immersion everything. I don't tell my friends everything, right? We pick and choose who serves what roles in our lives. And that's great. If there's a void in your life right now, if there's a place, if there are things that you wish you could say out loud, but you feel like you can't bring them home, you feel like you can't share them with your team at work, give me a shout and let's talk about it. That's such a big part of coaching, is having that powerful partnership that allows you to drive things forward. So I'm happy to talk about, one, being that guy for you. And even if I'm not, talking about how you can start to build that foundation for you in your business and in your life. Because we all need it. None of us are doing this thing alone. And I promise you, if you're going at it alone, you might be successful. But you're leaving something on the table. You're not going to be as successful as you can be or could have been if you have that foundation, if you have that support. So who's got your back? Think about it, reflect on it, acknowledge them, make sure you're optimizing that relationship, that you're getting the most out of it and they're getting the most out of it. And if there are voids or there are gaps, go to work and fill in them. With that, I will leave you guys. I want to wish my wife a very happy birthday. I want you to know that I put on the tie for you, I put on the shirt for you, and I am so excited to celebrate you. But more than anything, I want you to know how much I appreciate you having my back. Talk to you soon.